Hello, my loyal subscribers. Since it is Halloween today, I thought I'd give you a very special treat and get you all a review of start up a new series that I really like, based from one of my favorite directors, Tim Burton. And to start this series off, I really don't think there's a better movie than the one that really put him on the map, Beetlejuice. This was basically the movie that brought us Tim Burton and put him on the map. And if it weren't for this film not being as successful as it was, Michael Keaton may have never played Batman, and he is by far my favorite Batman. And yes, if you're wondering, I'm going to be getting some reviews of the whole Batman series included, with the two Tim Burton movies, along with the Joel Schumachers. And I will probably also get to the Dark Knight trilogy by Christopher Nolan very soon as well, because I do love those movies also. Anyway, this movie stars in the role that pretty much defined his career. Well, maybe not defined, but it definitely is one of his most iconic roles, Michael Keaton. This film also has a very rich supporting cast, with cast members in it ranging from Alec Baldwin to Gina Davis. And along with that, the mom from Home Alone is in this movie. But the majorly important side character who definitely has a huge role in this film, and definitely one that interacts with both the Maitlands, Barbara and Adam, which is who Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis play. It's her family that takes over the house of this movie. A basic synopsis of the plot is this movie basically deals with a couple dying, and they don't know they're dead, but they want to scare out the people that are currently taking over their house that they were living in right before their death. And they basically hire Beetlejuice to scare them away, which leads to all the trademark wackiness, and just, this is a movie that really allows Tim Burton's style to shine. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the cast is the main character who Winona Ryder plays in this movie, Lydia Deetz. She discovers the Maitlands are dead and are trying to scare them away with Beetlejuice. And that just leads to a lot of great and funny scenes. Plus, this movie really examines the afterlife really well. Out of all the many things that I love in this movie, gotta say, Tim Burton had a really good, unique, and imaginative approach to the frickin' afterlife. I mean, he frickin' just went all out and held nothing back with this movie. But, anyway, this movie's really great and probably gonna be one of my favorite Tim Burton movies ever, and I figured since it has the little macabre, like death, gothic feel to it, I figured this is perfect for Halloween. Shoot, I think this movie came out around Halloween time in 1988. Boy, hard to believe the movie's almost 30 years old. Dang. But, anyway, so moving along, Beetlejuice is introduced because the Maitlands, they meet him. And as they meet Beetlejuice, they learn he is definitely not the easiest bio-exorcist, because that's what he is in this movie. He's a bio-exorcist, as he's hired to scare away the Maitlands, who completely remodeled the home, and they both don't like what they've been doing with it, and they're just trying to scare him away. Gosh, one side thing I gotta say about this film, which I find hard to believe, is Michael Keaton's name is in the title. And yet he has less than 20 minutes of screen time in this movie, and the movie's at least over an hour and a half long. Pretty dang crazy, but boy, when he's on screen, he makes the most out of it. I tip my hat to you, Michael Keaton. But there's just so many great memorable scenes. Like, there's one scene where Beetlejuice shapeshifts into a frickin' snake. Does this in an attempt to scare them away, and really liked it. It was definitely something real imaginative, and what I liked was when Lydia Deetz's family, the Deetz family, when they see Michael Keaton, they just think it's some sort of prank or something. Like, they're not even scared at all by what Beetlejuice was trying to do. It was so funny. Like, they're looking at him like, are we supposed to be scared of this or what? But overall, just that was really great, and it's one of many great wacky antics in this film. Another real great scene too is this dining room scene. In this scene, Beetlejuice, I believe, toys with the Dietz family, and they start getting all into singing this one song. I don't know the name of it, but they get all into it, and they're all singing it and stuff. And I believe that was used as a distraction for the scene where Adam and Barbara, where they basically like mess with their faces to make them look all freaky. Once again, the Dietzes don't get scared. Well, only one of them does, and that's Lydia. Like, when she sees him, she's all screaming. She's all like, ah! But, yeah, just, I really like that. But, yeah, one thing I got to expand upon that I mentioned earlier was Michael Keaton's performance as Beetlejuice, because he pretty much improvised most of his lines. I really like some of his lines. I'm going to try to do my best Beetlejuice here. Hey, I need to get married, okay? I can't go into the living world if, if I'm still held back here. All right, so Lydia, will you marry me? That was another really great scene of his. And another one, too, I like is when he's trying to tell Lydia his name, Beetlejuice. And I also like, too, how in the marketing it's spelled Beetlejuice as in the drink, when yet in the movie it's actually spelled Geuse. Just thought that was real funny how it's like marketed differently from what's shown in the film. But yeah, I just really like how just so cool. And I like it when he's all trying to say, Beetle. And then he shapeshifts into a thing of juice, and Lydia's all like, are you Beetle drink? Are you Beetle orange? Are you Beetle orange juice? He's like, there you go. And she's like, Beetlejuice. Yeah. That's another reoccurring motif from this film that I really like too, is how Beetlejuice appears anytime you say his name 3 times. You could be like, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And then Beetlejuice will appear and you'll just see him all causing all his mayhem. Like, yeah, so what do you need me to do? But yeah, yeah, I really like that. And I also like too the scene where Barbara and Adam recruit him. He's all like, oh, so you need someone scary to scare someone? Here, how about I do this? And then he like opens up his face and the camera cuts away. And pretty sure that was some pretty freaky stuff right there. I guess even Tim Burton knows when to not be so fucking freaky. Yeah, but Tim Burton, I love you and I love your style. I've definitely come to love it. I mean, when I was younger, I wasn't as big of a fan of his movies, but over time, I've come to really enjoy him, and that's why I'm starting up this playlist for you, to see my love of all of Tim Burton's movies. But yeah, those were just some really great scenes, and the climax of this film is actually pretty interesting too, because the Dietzes begin to notice all the weird things happening and begin to think that the house is haunted. And I like it when they hire in this priest, and the priest thinks he's getting the ghosts away, Barbara and Adam, and what he's really doing is he's just conjuring up an exorcism. He's killing the ghosts, and I just like the way they show them slowly decay, and I believe it's Lydia who comes in and saves them at the last minute, and the climax of this movie is real interesting. Like, gosh, Tim Burton, one thing I definitely have noticed in a lot of his movies is some climaxes are better than others. Like Sleepy Hollow has a really good one. This movie has a really good one. Same thing with Nightmare Before Christmas. And don't crucify me in the comments. Ugh. The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Tim Burton movie. It's why in the marketing it says, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, he created the characters, produced the film. He did pretty much everything for that movie except direct it. And he only didn't direct it because he was directing Batman Returns at the same time. But anyway, that's for the Nightmare Before Christmas review. But yeah, anyway, I really like that scene. And the climax is real interesting because Beetlejuice is trying to get married to Lydia so that he can like escape the little ghost world that he's in. Because the ghost world he's in is this little small model town or whatever, because he has the powers to like make himself bigger. I guess he can't officially be in the human world unless he's married. I guess he wants to stay in the human world, but yeah, he can't unless he's married. And oh gosh, I really like it when there's this one little priest trying to get them married, and frickin' Barbara and Adam are trying to get him to disappear by saying Beetlejuice, 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 and I just like how Adam's all like Beetlejuice, and then he uses his magic powers, because Beetlejuice also has some magic powers too, and he zips his mouth with a little zipper, and then he also messes with Barbara too, so that she doesn't say Beetlejuice. But I believe it was, gosh, I'll have to watch the movie over again, but I believe something happened. Oh, it was a snake. There was a snake in during the wedding ceremony that came in and ate Beetlejuice, or it killed him and sent him to the afterlife. Well, the quote-unquote afterlife. Because there have been some rumors about a sequel to this movie coming, which, Tim Burton, message to you, get to making the dang sequel. I want to see the Beetlejuice sequel. But, yeah, just, what happened was he just goes to the afterlife, and it leads to one really great, funny, one last laugh scene, which I really like. It's when he's in the waiting line for the for the afterlife, and it's just really great. What happens in this scene is he gets this little card, and it says what he's like 1 billion or something in line, and he takes it from this little witch doctor to the side of him in that picture I just showed you. Or maybe it was the other dead person in the back. I think it was like a soldier or something. Anyway, he took one of their cards, and I just thought it was so funny. He was all messing with it, and the frickin' witch doctor just put a little powder on him, and it shrunk his head, and you hear Beetlejuice talking all soft like, yeah. Yeah, it was just really, really funny, and a great little last laugh scene before the credits. But yeah, overall, this is definitely one of my most favorite Tim Burton movies. I gotta say, this movie I can constantly go back and rewatch it. This is by far one of his best movies, and yeah, I really enjoy this movie. This definitely makes my top 3 out of my most favorite Tim Burton movies. But yeah, this was one great movie before his prolonged collaborative efforts with Johnny Depp, which I will be getting into. Here soon, I'll be getting you an Edward Scissorhands review. I still need to watch Ed Wood, but I'll get that one to you. And also, I'll be getting you a review of Mars Attacks coming up, along with Sleepy Hollow and many other Tim Burton movies. So be looking forward to this channel. A lot of Tim Burton movies are coming this way, because I've been on a Tim Burton marathon. So anyway, my final thoughts on the film: 5 Durans out of 5 Durans. Great movie. I love it. And I'd highly recommend you watch it. And this movie's basically Tim Burton at his best. Alright, well, like this video if you like it. Comment. Happy Halloween to all my subscribers. Peace.